What's going on, everybody? So I've received so many questions about, hey, Dylan, can you show me what a good sales email looks like? Hey, Dylan, can you show me what just a regular educational email looks like? So in today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you exactly that. I'm going to be breaking everything down. And obviously, the nature of the beast is I can't show you actual client emails because that takes away some of the magic. And that's whether you're a Twitter ghostwriter or you're an email copywriter or you're just a sales page maker. You're not really going to take credit for other people's copy because once again it takes away that magic. Like if you're reading somebody and then you found out, oh, they actually aren't the people that are writing a lot of their stuff, well, it takes away some of that uniqueness, that some of that power. So as a copywriter in general, 9 times out of 10 nobody's ever going to know that it's you that's writing it. So instead I'm going to show you emails from my own email list. So as far as like email copywriting goes, your emails are going to be as follows: nurture emails or harvest emails. A nurture email is going to be an email that's more on the educational side, or you're building value, or you're sharing a piece of content that you wrote for your readers, whether that's video, whether that's a blog post, etc. You could also do reply emails. Now, if you've ever seen any emails from people that says like question and then question mark. So let me scroll down to the bottom and I'll give you a quick example of that. This is a reply email. So what's your biggest barrier? And then I had a question, blah, 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 blah. Reply to this email and let me know. I will be reading every single reply. Now, the reason, and I'm giving you the behind the scenes secrets, guys, the reason you do this is you get to actually understand the people that are behind the screen. And I want you to take notes about this. Obviously, you can watch this video as many times as you want, but you need to really take notes on everything that I'm speaking about in this video because it's going to help you make a lot more money for your clients and have more structure. So the reason that you would send a reply email is once again to figure out what your readers are actually struggling with, what their goals are. And there's many different things you can do. You could put together questionnaires, but the easiest thing is just to do a reply email, and then you can literally see every single reply as it floods into the inbox. And you can use this for market research, so you can find out what pain points they're having. You can use this to figure out what they like most about your client, like as far as like various products or pieces of content, or why do you follow me, different things like that. And you can take all this data and just make your job as a freelancer way more profitable and impactful for your clients. Because you have to understand, the people that are on your newsletter are not just some random people, or it's an actual human being that has desires, they have problems, they have all these different reasons on why they're on your newsletter in the first place. So it is your job, since you're writing for your clients, to be able to serve the people that are on the newsletter to your best ability. I mean, that's the only reason that they're on the newsletters, to get some kind of value out of that exchange. And then it's your job as a freelancer to be of service to your client, to get them more engagement, to get them more sales, to help them really with whatever their mission is. That is your job. So you need to utilize everything that we're going to be talking about in today's lesson to really just add more value to your clients. And then through your clients, you're going to create a ripple effect through their customers. So back to originally what I was saying. Nurture emails, you can't sit there and sell to the list. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get as much of an ROI. It's also going to push a lot of people away. And that's just, in my personal opinion, it's just a waste of time if you're going to be hard selling people all the time. Like, it's going to get to the point where when somebody opens up your client's email, they're, oh, here comes another sales email. And it's just going to make your job harder. So you need to have a balance of harvesting and nurturing. So the nurture email, once again, you can do a reply email, so you can ask them questions and all of that, and it builds engagement, it builds a relationship with your readers. So you can sit there and reply to each of them if you want, or have somebody on your team do it, etc. But it's going to really just give you a sense of what people are struggling with right now, or what they like most, and all of that. Another version of a nurture email is going to be, let's say your client put together a new video or a new blog post or a new thread or something like that. Well, you're going to put together an email that's going to promote that piece of content because it's going to be of value. So as an example, let's go to my blog. Comiccollector.com. I could put together, and I've done this before, I don't have an example, but basically I've put together 4 books every copywriter should read. Now, if I wanted to let you guys know about it, what would I do? I would write an email and I would basically say, like, the subject would be new blog post or 4 books every copywriter should read. That would be the subject lines of the title. And then from there, I would probably copy and paste this. So I would literally copy and paste this as the email itself. And then I would say, read the full article by clicking the link below. Boom. Now you're over on comiccollector.com and you can read this blog post that I just wrote. Now, that is a great way to share content and build value with your clients' readers, is by any piece of content that they have, you're going to take from that and use that. One, you can use it for content, by the way. Like, for all of you that have messaged me like, Dylan, how do you come up with so many ideas for emails? Well, guess what? If they have videos, like interviews, etc., vlogs, if they have tweets, you use that as content. That is how you can speak as your client. And then from there, you just refine it, etc. Because the point of an email is, one, to get them to click it, obviously, through the subject line, through the first few sentences, but then also to sell the click. What is the outcome? What is the intention with that email? You need to figure that out before you start writing it. So some emails don't even have a single link in it. That's perfectly okay. Some emails, you want to get their feedback. Some emails, you want to promote a piece of content. Some emails, you want to sell a course or high-ticket coaching or whatever it is that your actual client is selling. So a harvest email, the entire intention behind that is to build value, to educate the people that are on the newsletter, and really just build a relationship. That's really all you're trying to do. There's no manipulation, there's no weird stuff. It's, I am trying to, like, you got on my email list, so now I need to build a relationship with you. I want to figure out your barriers, your desires, your goals. I want to educate you. I want to share value, that type of stuff. Now, when it comes to harvest emails, this is an example of a hard, quote unquote, sell email. It's an email that is obviously a sales email, and those work very well, but it's not something that you're going to be using all of the time because it takes away some of that value. People start getting like used to seeing that exact offer, so it's not going to be working all the time for you, and you're not going to use a hard sales email 9 times out of 10. Like, it's really just pointless unless your client has a new product that they're launching, some new sell or deal or bundle or something like that. But let's break this down. Subject: 6 of 12 seats are remaining. So what does that tell you? It tells you there's some urgency. If you want to get your seat, there are 6 of 12 spots or seats remaining. So there are 12 seats, but now there are only 6 remaining. And then if you go into this, right now you're sitting on a 6-figure income. All it takes is having clarity and direction backed by a skill people will happily pay you for. And then boom, I start going into this, and then boom, what is this? Bullet points. Bullet points are very important because they're essentially mini headlines. So if it was just a bulk of text, you're probably going to keep scrolling. Oh, yeah, cool. So you need to find ways in your email to stand out, to get their attention. You can do that through italics, through bolding. So see here, bolding. And then I put bullet points. That is how you stand out. Here's the call to action. Obviously, with the email itself, it didn't have CTA. I just wanted you to know that is a CTA, which, once again, is a call to action. It's what is the next step after they read this email. You always need to give everybody next step. But the way I made this stand out is when I said claim your spot here, I capitalized every single letter. On top of, I also put some emojis, so 2 fire emojis that just obviously stand out. So when it comes to making the bullet points, you need to think about, like, what is the main thing that they're getting out of this? It's not, my course has 25 videos. It has over 300 members. It has blah, 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 blah. Like, yes, you can find ways to put that into your client's email. But, like, let's break this down. Weekly call with Jeff and myself. You gain access to over $3,000 worth of material, plus have access to all of our previous recordings. You will pick the best skill slash niches for you while discovering how to turn your skill into a life-changing income. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm showing you how you are going to benefit from this specific offer. So this is an example of a hard sales email. It's one of those emails that's just obviously a sales email. There's also something called a soft sell. The soft sell is something that you can actually do if you really wanted to in every single email. But for my personal philosophy is I mix it up a little bit. Quite a few is going to be like harvesting or not harvesting, nurturing. So it would be educating you, giving you pieces of content, that type of stuff. That is what I do for my clients. But a soft sales email is completely okay because it's not obviously a sales email. It's primarily focused on providing value of some sort. Whether it's, example, let me scroll down. The art of focus. Where is that one? The art of focus, right here. This is a straight up value email with a soft sell. So I'm literally giving you almost an article on how to focus. And then towards the bottom, if you keep reading, my aim is to give you the ability to open up your laptop, type in a few words, and have money in your account within a few hours, days, or months, depending on how fast your clients are. LOL. Learn about it in more detail here. Boom. So if you are interested in being able to make money from your laptop anywhere in the world, you're going to want to know more. So you're going to click that. But at the same time, even if you're not interested, you still got all this value from the email. So this is an example of a nurture email, but it also has a soft sell inside of it. So let's scroll up here. Next email, your life changes with a decision. And then I just go through this story. This is more of a story based email. And by the way, guys, for your clients, you really need to focus on sharing their story. But once again, you can do that through going through their interviews, going through their vlogs, going through their tweets, going through their Instagram posts, their TikTok videos. And you can pull lessons and topics from that content and you just add more flesh to it. So, yeah, here's a picture. Pictures make things more real, it's more relatable, etc. So you need to add pictures in your emails. You don't need to do it in every email, but it pulls the reader more into that world of the email. So people can talk about traveling, but if you actually show pictures of traveling, like this is a picture of me whenever I was living in Qatar last year or 2 years ago, actually, that it just makes the story more real. So you need to be doing that. Let's scroll down. Make 10K in less than 6 months. That's a subject line that if you want to make $10,000 in less than 6 months, you want to open this email. So here's how you can make 10K a month with any skill in less than 6 months. To keep it simple, here is an example. And I picked web design. You don't have to do web design. For all of you freelancers are listening, I just use this as an example. And I broke down exactly what you need to do. You need to start a Twitter page. You need to interact with people in the niche, blah, 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 blah. And then here is where I was selling an offer at the time, which was called the Money Bag Challenge. When you join the Money Bag Challenge, you gain access to that program plus a bonus course, both of which will give you boom, 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 boom. And then this would be the call to action. The challenge begins soon, and then I put a button right there. So this is an example of an email that is value first, because this is something that a lot of people can't understand. You're actually needing to provide value. You actually need to help people. It's not just about selling. It's about educating the people that are on your client's newsletter. So if you went through this email, whether you buy the product or not, because I don't care, you are going to get value out of this email. It's going to give you some sense of direction, certainty, structure. So whenever you're writing for your clients, you need to focus, number one, on the lesson that you're trying to teach them. And then if it's a soft sell email or a hard sell email, okay, I provided this lesson up front, but how can I connect it to a next step, which would be getting inside of the program, the coaching, etc. So you need to keep that intention in the back of your mind. Like, okay, I'm educating them about an X, Y, and Z. So here is the next step after they go from, like, if they're interested in what I'm talking about in this email, here's the next step. So you need to think about that in the back of your mind. And maybe the next step is literally getting them to just reply to the email. Maybe the next step is promoting a video or an article or a product, or maybe nothing at all. Maybe it's just a straight up educational email without any link at the end. That's perfectly okay. Here's another story email. I told my girl to quit her job. My girl quit her job in 2020, blah, 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 blah. This is a story based email. Like, this is a story from my actual life. So you can, when it comes to your clients, how do you find out what's going on in their life? One, you can ask your clients questions about what they're doing in their life. Or two, and this is what I do, go through their content. Once again, I keep repeating this so you understand. Go through their vlogs, go through their interviews, go through their tweets, go through their Instagram posts, go through their TikTok videos, and you can pull from their actual story and then add more flesh to it. And then obviously, if you still have any other details that you need, reach out to your client on WhatsApp, Telegram, or however it is that you communicate with it. But this is an actual story from 2020 when I had my girl, or told my girl to quit her job, and then we left the Middle East and moved to South America. But let's scroll down. Here's a picture. Remember, visual content is really good. And here's some bullet points. I'm not trying to sell a product with these bullet points. I'm literally just helping relate to the person that is reading this email, because whenever you're writing emails, you're writing an email to specific people. You're not just writing it to everybody. You're writing it to a specific person, which is the audience of your clients, just the newsletter. So whether they're trying to quit their jobs, maybe they already are a freelancer, great. Here's how you get even more clients. So you also need to understand who you are writing to, with as far as your client's audience goes. Yeah, let's scroll down. Already went over that email. Okay, to close this up, here are two other reply emails. So I've already went over this. Here's another quick question. Dylan Madden here. What is the biggest obstacle stopping you from living the life that you want to live? I'll be replying or reading every email. So obviously, what is the intention with this? I want to see what problems you have, what barriers, what obstacles are stopping you from living the life that you want. And then I got a ton of replies, and I replied to every single person. And I also had my assistant take all that data and put it on a Google Doc so I could use that for content. So you need to get creative. You need to think a little bit more as far as when it comes to writing emails for your clients. And I hope this video gave you a little bit more structure as far as understanding. You need to educate your client's newsletter. That's the number one thing you're trying to do, is actually add value to their life. So you need to nurture that relationship. That is what you are trying to do, is nurture a relationship by providing value, showing up every day, every 2 to 3 days, every single week in their inbox, providing value, helping them achieve their goals, helping them break through barriers. And then there are also going to be times that you harvest, meaning you get them into, like, whether it's a hard sell or a soft sell. Well, the next step is getting them onto a course or getting them into a coaching or some kind of challenge. Because yes, educating people and providing value is going to help them, but a lot of people, they just need, like, almost for you to take them by the hand and show them, okay, here's how you pick the best skill for you. Here is how you take on clients. Here's how you accept payments. Here's how you onboard people, blah, 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 blah. So the next step is always going to be either pieces of content or getting them into one of the various programs or services that your client offers, because that's how you can provide true transformation. They're getting educated through the emails, and then if they want to, like, follow the journey, it's the next step is going to be getting into the program. That way you can get the right tools, the right mindsets, and maybe you can have direct access to your client, as far as they can learn directly from that person. So that is your basic job as an email copywriter. If you guys have any other questions, let me know, and I will make another video about this. But yeah, I'm going to go and upload this to YouTube. Let me know if you need anything else. Talk to you guys soon.